Here we'll be looking at the application of subsidies on the electric vehicle market, and we're just going to see the impact basically. Obviously, this isn't the only way or method that, or reason or cause that the electric vehicle market has risen, but it's just essential that we understand, look at the impact, because if government intervention has come into play and improved the use of and increase the consumption and production of electric vehicles, then we have to attribute some benefit to those grants and those subsidies. Now, what are the subsidies available? There were basically, if you go through the evaluation, we spoke about £3,000 available for electric vehicle purchases, up to a value of around £50,000. Now, let's just have a look at the trends. So electric car registrations leading up to September. Wow, look at that. We had a massive 34,000 registrations of electric vehicles. And if you look at come March 2020, a 34% increase from the previous month. And that's because if you notice, March and September, every single year, that's when new cars come out. So it's just important to just to understand that's why there's a little spikes throughout the years. Now, moving on to the bottom left picture, look at this exponential curve. It just looks like it's rising. Electric vehicle registrations, and the number that I'm really happy to see is the non-plug-in grant eligible cars. So that means you don't have to plug in to charge your car. So there's some form of technology going on with regards to vehicle manufacturing where you don't need to charge your car. So a Tesla, you have to charge them, but there are other firms coming out now where you've got kind of reusable batteries. So basically you use the car a little bit and then that charges up the battery, and you can use the battery for longer. You can also switch around the batteries as well. And you're just looking at this increase, this exponential, and that's just going to go further and further. Everyone's going to have electric vehicles in the future. We're going to also, one thing that's been lost is the hydrogen fuel cell technology with regards to cars, and that shouldn't be lost as well either whilst we're looking at electric vehicles. That's a different type of science. And if you, again, these grants available to a lot of firms where they place kind of charging units in their car parks, where a lot of service stations, a lot of these companies rent out those spaces, and governments do provide grants again to make sure you have charging units. And look at this, again, an exponential rise. And the one that's increasing are these two, where we had the slow is increasing a little bit, but the fast, rapid, and especially rapid and ultra rapid have been increasing over the last 2-3 years or so. So it's crucial that we're understanding exactly where the improvements are coming, or where the increases are coming in the form of charging units. And here, look at who are responsible for the major sales. Now, everyone's heard of Tesla, Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model S, and Tesla Model X. I'm gonna bring your attention to, and this one here is the Tesla Model 3. Okay, the grey ones here are this light grey one is the Tesla Model S, and that's a more expensive option. And then the Tesla Model X, which is an even more expensive option, is responsible for a significant amount of car sales in the UK. And look at all the other countries that have come in now. Companies that have come in now. Mercedes-Benz, BMW. You've got the Renault Zoe. You've got the Volkswagen Golfs. You've got the Volvo XC90s, the big SUVs. The Nissan Leaf was one of the first, same as BMWs. The i3. So these are huge responsible companies that have invested heavily into the growth of ultra low emission car registrations. Okay, just wanted to give you an insight into how effective these subsidies have been, and it looks like they have been, and there's a full growth on those subsidies.